Well, hello, hello. It's a lovely Lindsay. How you doing, honey?
Hey, I'm so excited to be here with you today. Woohoo!
Oh, thank you so much. I'm really excited to be able to do this little interview. Here we are again doing interview stuff. So, for those of you who don't know, I have known Linz for 5, 7 years, something like that now. We met up for Reels in Bali, where we got to do some really funky next level energy stuff together, which is a whole different discussion in itself. She is the most intuitive leader and inspirational path forger that I have ever met. And I don't say those sort of things lightly, like she's the real deal. If she wasn't, I'd tell you. So it's no surprise I sort of was calling into the universe going, I want to up level my finances, my health, my choices. I have a very high standard of what I expect for the rest of my life. And so I want to be doing that. And the very same day, boom, there was Lindsay in my inbox and we were having chats and stuff like that. So no surprises. Where we interviewed before and we were talking about things like empowerment and all those sort of things inspirational, it's no surprise that I was just absolutely calling it in and drawing her in and wanting to line up with a group that I guess was just a little bit cleaner, well, a lot cleaner, a lot more direct. And so what she now has is what we call the Prosperity Collective. She's friggin' amazing at collaborating and conjuring us with all these phenomenal results, all things fire, all things heck yes. And I'm so honored to be interviewing the epic Lyndsay Lee. How you doing, honey?
Wow, that okay. Talk about like the most incredible introduction. Thank you so much. That is also, yeah, I am fully receiving that. And yeah, it's humbling. I just really believe that life gets to be a massive fuck yes. And I've lived that way for pretty much since I came out of the womb. And in my entire adult life, I really was trying to find kind of that next level high standard. I knew I was meant for more. I knew that I could find more pathways to be free and have fun in this world. And it took me a little bit to find it, and I found it, and now my flag is planted. And yeah, I've kind of created an entire career out of showing it and giving it to other people in this world. So let's get into it.
Cool. All right. So enough with the mysteriousness. What are we talking about? What is this Prosperity Collective? I want to ask a couple of questions. We'll try and keep this kind of brief. But I wanted to ask you what first inspired you to create the Prosperity Collective?
That is a great question. So I really love people. It comes down to that. Every time that I tried to pivot in a career or a job or an interest, I always found that it came back to my service to the world, my service to other people, and in a way that lit me up. I think that that's really important when we're talking about service or when we're talking about these, up leveling or creating something. I think that sometimes leaders forget to ask themselves, is this something I'm going to love? Is this something I'm going to be obsessed with in 1 to 2 to 5 years from now? Right. And I've created a lot of stuff along the course of the last 15 ish plus years, and there was a lot of stuff that I fell out of love with very quickly. And so as I got into, my upper 30s, I just thought I want to create something that feels so badass, and something that continually evolves, and something that is collaborative, right? I am a very independent spirit. I'm a rebel. I would refer to myself as a rebel entrepreneur. I don't really do things by the book. I like to burn the fucking boxes. Like, that is my whole thing. And there's an aspect of that that can kind of bounce into that lone wolf syndrome, right? And if anyone out there is listening, you know that sometimes running your own business or starting your own project can feel kind of lonely. And I just thought that also is not the vibe. So I really wanted to create something that felt collaborative, but that had people feeling independently empowered. And so we created the Prosperity Collective to kind of harness the power of an automated online business system. And the reason that I bring that in now to say that is because essentially what we're talking about is an online automated business that works to allow us to live our lives and be who we are. However, there's a lot of stuff out there on the internet. There's a lot of things that a person can do or offers they can affiliate with or whatever it is. So I scoured the internet for, no joke, probably 7 years to find one of the best things that I have found. And then within that offer, I wanted to create a collaborative space full of other people who wanted this offer, wanted to have online business, wanted to have more freedom in their lives. And I'm not just talking freedom, like, I think we overuse that word. So let me break that down for a second. What I mean by freedom is, I mean time freedom, location freedom, financial freedom, and inner freedom. The freedom from being stressed, the freedom from having to work a job that you hate, right? And so I found an online business system that is aligned and works really well and is proven over 5 decades. It's been proven. And then I created the Prosperity Collective of a bunch of people who are utilizing the same online process. And now we all get to collaborate, we get to help each other, teach each other, learn from each other, and basically just stay really kind of accountable to our own mission alongside other people who are just freaking doing it also. So that's kind of an overview.
I love it. So it's no surprise we ended up here in the same spot. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Okay, so quick question. What would you say, like, out of the people that are involved and that you've been doing, and like you, I was looking around for years and I actually said no and came back and said no and kept saying no, and it was about this, not the thing itself. It was about the group. So I just love how you explain that. But what have you seen other people achieve in this time, including yourself as well? Like, how has it changed other people, I guess? What are they getting from it?
Yeah. Wow. I mean, on so many levels, I don't want to be cliche and say when you jump in, it totally rearranges your entire life.
Yeah.
But it does. It
Yeah,
really
right?
kind of does. It kind of wipes the bullshit away and it kind of gives you a clear path, which I really love, right? Because I think in today's world, especially in anyone can kind of create anything, there's also sometimes a lack of structure around that can feel kind of overwhelming, like what do I actually do, or what is the next step, right? So I think it's important for one to note that what I have seen it give people is a very clear roadmap. Like, there is a roadmap and there is steps, and it's like 1, 2, 3, boom, 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 which is extremely helpful for us and our nervous systems, so that we can sit back into that structure while our spirits get to kind of like play and explore how we want to express. And that is really important, right? Is to understand that, like, being successful or calling in what you want to call in business and life and in finances is actually that dance between the structure and the flow. And so on that level, I've seen it give people that roadmap and the vehicle for financial freedom, the actual vehicle, the offer that will put money in the hands of really fucking good people in this world who want to do their missions but are often stopped by finances, right? And so now that I've touched on finances, I will say that myself and countless of other people, we're talking thousands, but I'll just stick to kind of the people who I know personally. I know people who are making what some people make in an entire year in 1 month. I am calling, huge things into my life. My life didn't always look the way that it did before this business model. And now people basically tell me they can't keep up with where I am in the world, and I'm always traveling and I'm here and there. And so it's really given me the financial freedom to be able to make decisions that are not based on money. And that in itself has been absolute game changer. Like, I remember even 7 or 8 years ago, when I was really stressed to even take a yoga class or like have a gym pass because it costs $7 and I was stressed about it, right? And I know there's a lot of people that can relate to that. And really, this business model has given me the opportunity to take being stressed about $7 to literally me not really having a budget in my life. So I've seen a lot of other people inside of our community have these wins as well. People who are replacing their career long income within a couple months. I've seen people set their families free, retire their husbands, retire their wives, whatever it might be. And when I say those types of things, I don't just mean the money, right? The money just provides options and opportunities in our lives. And so, really, this vehicle has provided options and opportunities.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, absolutely. And I'm glad I'm part of that.
It's like, I just want to fucking do what I want to do with people
Yeah.
that I love. Okay.
Yeah. This is really, as you always say, it really does get to be that simple. And I love it. I love it.
Yes.
Okay. So what would be one hot tip for anyone listening to this that you would recommend that they do to sort of fire themselves up, to take action, to back themselves, I guess, to do it? Because I
Yes.
think that's something that we all at some point go, oh, should I leave the job? Should I stay? What should I do? So how do you think, what's something that someone could do, like the Lyndsay hot tip?
Yes. Okay. I one thing is that we have to understand that motivation is bullshit, right? Motivation is bullshit. It's going to come and go. So you have to learn how to make decisions versus on something else versus motivation, because even when it comes and goes, when you're running your business, you still have to just kind of sometimes do the thing, right? And so leaning on motivation, I feel like is a hot tip of something that I wouldn't do. Find something else, right? Strengthen the muscle of being able to make decisions. Because to be honest, life is full of decisions. And I believe we just need to get better at making them. And the only way we get better at making decisions is when we do them repeatedly over and over again. And the other tip that I would give is that your nervous system literally cannot tell the difference between fear and excitement. This is like, can be scientifically proven that our nervous systems actually can't tell the difference. So whenever a practice in my life that I do is when I start to kind of lean into the fear or feel the fear, or something comes up and oh, that feels scary. I think, hold on a second. I'll stop. I'll take a breath. I'll come back into my body and I'll say, I can actually just be excited about this same exact thing because my body cannot tell the difference. And when I train myself to know that it's excitement versus fear, it actually provides for so much expansiveness. And it's almost like excitement is an open-ended question and fear is a closed-minded question. So just basically trick your nervous system until you know.
Oh, I love it. That's brilliant. Nice little bits of wisdom from Lyndsay there. Thank you, darling. Okay, so just to wrap it up, I'm really excited. I'm so grateful that you've done this and taken the time to sort of explain and how we're in here. I like going out in the world and going, I'm going here and I'm tripping off there, and Greg and I are doing this and we're doing that, and people are saying to me, how are you doing it? What are you doing? So thank you for articulating it in such an epic way. How we do our heck yes, and we just get in there and do it. So if anyone's interested in knowing more, just reach out to me. I am certainly more than happy to help grow our Prosperity Collective. Really keen to work with people who want what they want and they want to get it. And I love that we get to share this kind of stuff, because there's Lyndsays and lots of Lyndsays in this group that have some amazing skills, and everyone's just sharing it together so that we all kind of get to go like this together. So I'm so grateful. And yeah, thank you very much for your time, sweetie.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's been really fun. And I can't wait to see other people in the Prosperity Collective with us, because we're just getting started and there's some fun shit on the horizon. So peace.
All right, Jane. Thanks very much, Lynn.
Cheers.